Grand Rising, my beautiful kings and queens. It's your girl Mel B live on Lux Radio Network. It's Wednesday, November 26th, and it's Women in Business Wednesday. Today we honor brilliance, resilience, and the unstoppable force of women leading the way. From boardrooms to startups, from creative visionaries to strategic leaders, women are shaping the future. Let's shine a spotlight on their stories, their power, and their legacy. All right, this morning, our affirmation for today is my vision and leadership create lasting impact. On Wednesdays, we spotlight empowerment. This affirmation reinforces that every idea and every voice has power to shape the future. All right, our word of the day is influence. It's the power to inspire change and shape outcomes. All right. And our slang word of the day is grind set, which means it's a mindset focused on hustle, culture, and nonstop self improvement. All right. On to our morning headlines for New York. Thanksgiving travel surge strains the airports, and city officials highlight new housing authority measures. In Los Angeles, Hollywood studios I record holiday box office. City Council debates retail theft prevention strategies. In Chicago, winter storm preparedness dominates civic agenda. Major infrastructure funding announced for 2026. In Atlanta, the mayor unveils affordable housing initiative, and Hartsfield-Jackson prepares for record passenger volume. In Houston, the energy sector rallies with crude price gains. City Council reviews flood migration projects. And in Washington, D.C., I'm just going to say the president, hosts an annual turkey pardon while Congress faces looming budget deadlines. He's going to host something and he got starving people out here in the world. I'm sorry, excuse me. Miami, cruise industry rebounds strongly. City expands cultural tourism programs. In Tampa, the Holiday Light Festival launches, and local leaders promote downtown redevelopment. In Tarpon Springs, good morning, Dad. Community headlines new teen curfew approval and festive market events. Milwaukee, morning, Reed. Lake Drive reconstruction opens, and the Wisconsin Supreme Court orders redistricting. Excuse me this morning. Wisconsin Supreme Court orders redistricting cases to 3-judge panels. They're trying to redistrict the city. In Jackson, Mississippi, the city council receives long-delayed audit showing financial weakness, and nonprofits praise for child nutrition program spending. In Vancouver, City Council approves $2.39 billion operating budget with property tax freeze, sparking debate over job cuts. In Toronto, Canada pension plan payments distributed nationwide today. The University of Toronto hosts Global Labor and Displacement Conference. Jamaica, bless up Jamaica. Kingston, economy projected to contract 11 to 13% in Q4 due to Hurricane Melissa damage. In Montego Bay, export operations resume at plant quarantine facility. Hotel reopenings continue after the storm. In Ocho Rios, tourism leaders track fast recovery. Cruise port reopens and $1 billion support fund announced from tourist workers. In the Grill, Royalton Resorts delay reopening until August 2026. RIU Resorts set phase reopening by mid-December. In the Cayman Islands, Tourism Director Rosa Harris promotes Cayman Islands as a stress-free holiday destination. New resorts and cultural events have been announced. In the Bahamas, government signs $100 million redevelopment deal to convert Emerald Bay into Beaches Resort. Political debate continues over election oversight. In Africa, in Nigeria, President Tinubu welcomes release of 24 abducted schoolgirls, and CBN retains interest rate at 27%. Government clarifies transition to ranching. In Ghana, Parliament debates 2026 budget. Education Ministry to introduce robotics and AI in the schools. And Speaker Bagbin receives Mahatma Gandhi Award. All right, on to the weather. In New York, today will be cool and partly cloudy, highs of 48 and a low of 38. Los Angeles will be mild and sunny with a high of 72 and a low around 55. In Chicago, it will be cold and breezy with a high near 42 and a low near 32. Atlanta, pleasantly mild with a high near 62 and a low around 45. Houston, warm and partly sunny, highs near 70 and lows around 55. Washington, D.C., cool and clear with a high near 50 and a low near 40. Miami, warm and humid, highs near 82 with a low of 72. Tampa, similar to Miami, with being warm and humid, with a high near 81 and a low around 70. Tarpon Springs will be warm and partly sunny with a high near 80 and a low near 70. Milwaukee will be cold and cloudy with a high near 40 and a low around 30. Jackson will be mild and sunny with a high near 65 and a low of 48. In Vancouver, it's going to be rainy and cool with a high near 48 and a low near 40. Toronto, it's going to be cold and cloudy with a high near 42 and a low around 32. Kingston is going to be mostly sunny with a high near 87 and a low around 75. Montego Bay, mostly sunny, highs near 88 and a low around 75. Ocho Rios, mostly sunny, high near 88 and a low around 75. Negril, mostly sunny with a high near 88 and a low around 75. Cayman Islands, mostly sunny, high near 85 and a low around 79. In the Bahamas, mostly sunny, high around 82 and low around 72. Nigeria, sunny and hot. Near a high is going to be near 96 with a low of 71. And Ghana, mostly sunny, high near 80. High near here around 90 with a low around 80. All right, on to our sports from last night. In the NBA, we have final scores of the Magic over the 76ers, 144 to 103. The Wizards over the Hawks, 132 to 113. And the Lakers over the Clippers, 135 to 118. In the NBA tonight, we have the Celtics and the Pistons. They're going to be at TD Garden in Boston at 5 p.m., and it's going to be on ESPN and NBC Sports Boston. We also have the Hornets and the Knicks. They will be at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte at 6 p.m. The Heat and the Bucks play at the Kaseya Center in Miami, and their game starts at 7:30. Raptors and the Pacers will be at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Their tip-off is 7:30. The Thunder and the Timberwolves will be at Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. Their tip-off is at 7:30, and that game will be shown on ESPN. The Pelicans versus the Grizzlies, they're going to be at Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, and their tip-off is at 8. The Spurs versus the Trailblazers are going to be at Moda Center in Portland. Their tip-off is at 10. The Suns and the Kings will be at Golden One Center in Sacramento. Their tip-off is at 10, and they'll be shown on NBC California. And last but not least, the Rockets versus the Warriors will be at Chase Center in San Francisco, and their tip-off is at 10, and it'll be shown on ESPN and NBC Sports. All right, on to NFL. Thanksgiving Day will be the next games that will be played tomorrow. And those games are the Packers versus the Lions will be at Ford Field in Detroit. That game is at noon. The Cowboys and the Chiefs will be playing at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and their game starts at 3:30. And the Bengals versus the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and their game is at 7:20 tomorrow evening. All right, on to our daily feature for the day, which we all know today is Women in Business Wednesdays. And today's spotlight, we are spotlighting Shonda Rhimes. So we are spotlighting our shine for today. Like I said, is the empire of Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes is more than a TV producer. She is the CEO of Shondaland, a global media company that redefined how stories are told and how women lead in business. She became the first woman to create 3 dramas, which were Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice, and Scandal, that each surpassed 100 episodes, a milestone rarely achieved in television. For 5 seasons, her shows dominated ABC's Thursday night lineup, branded as TGIT, proving that women could not only lead, but own primetime. In 2017, Rhimes shifted the industry's business model when she signed a $150 million deal with Netflix, gaining full creativity freedom to produce streaming content. That partnership birthed global hits like Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte, which continue to rank among Netflix's most watched series worldwide. But Shonda Rhimes is not just a business mogul. She is also a philanthropist and educator. Through the Rhimes Foundation, she supports arts, education, and activism while serving on boards including the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture, the Kennedy Center, and Dartmouth College. She believes in empowering organizations already doing the work, saying, and I quote, "You find organizations that know what they're doing and you put your money behind them," end quote. Her journey offers lessons for every entrepreneur. For instance, she says, master your narrative. Rhimes insists that content must be grounded in purpose. She also says, say yes to opportunities that scare you. Her Year of Yes memoir reminds us that growth often comes from risk. And also, build beyond one platform. Shondaland now spans TV, podcasts, digital media, and branded partnerships with companies like Dove, Peloton, and Microsoft. Shonda Rhimes proves that women in business can both be creative and strategic, both storytellers and empire builders. She's a living example of how vision, resilience, and representation can transform industries. So today we honor Shonda Rhimes, not just for the story she tells, but for the business she built, the door she's opened, and the legacy she continues to shape. All right, on to our book club, where we are almost finished, the 48 Laws of Power. Today we're on Law 46, which is never appear too perfect. Perfection breeds envy. Showing small flaws or vulnerabilities makes you relatable and prevents others from resenting your success. So in other words, it kind of shows the haters, move around, move around. So in business, leaders who show vulnerability build trust. They share lessons from failures to inspire your team. So instead of projecting flawlessness, project success. And in life, in relationships, showing imperfections make you relatable. Perfection invites envy. Authenticity invites connection. All right, on to our cause of the day. We are still referencing Mental Health Awareness Week. And today our cause is dealing with grief and loss. So grief is a natural, intense reaction to loss, including loss of a loved one, a job, a relationship, or even the sense of normalcy, which can be heightened during the holidays. So, key symptoms are emotional numbness, intense sadness, feelings of guilt or anger, sudden mood swings, difficulty accepting the reality of the loss, and profound fatigue. So, prevention and coping: acknowledge that grief is non-linear and takes time. Allow yourself to feel the emotions without judgment. It is okay to set boundaries during the holidays and say no to extra commitments. So, treatments that are usually provided um, for this, you can reach out to support groups specifically for loss and bereavement, and also there are grief counseling to process feelings in a healthy environment. You can also journal and use different types of therapy, which is like maybe art therapy. Some people clean, some people cook. But find some kind of therapy to do. Resources: look up local chapters um, of hospice organizations, as they frequently run free and low cost grief support groups in the community. So reach out to your community um, if you're feeling that way of grief and loss, especially during the holidays. A lot of people do. So just reach out to family or community support groups. All right, today in history: in 1922, King Tut's tomb was opened. Archaeologists entered the tomb of King Tut in Egypt, one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. In 1942, Casablanca premiered. The iconic film starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman debuted in New York, later hailed as one of Hollywood's greatest movies. And in 1948, the first Polaroid camera was sold. Edwin Land's instant camera went on sale in Boston, revolutionizing photography. African American history for today: in 1845, Macon B. Allen was admitted to the bar. Allen became the first African American lawyer licensed to practice in the United States, breaking barriers in the legal profession. In 1878, Marshall Major Taylor rises in cycling. Taylor became the first African American world cycling champion, earning fame as the fastest man on two wheels. And in 1883, Sojourner Truth passes away. The abolitionist and women's rights advocate passed away, leaving a legacy of fearless advocacy for equality. Our African American scientists and inventors today: we have Norbert Relio, he inventor of the multi-effect evaporator. Relio revolutionized sugar refining, making it safer and more efficient. His innovation is still used in industrial processes today. Also, we have Otis Boykin, electrical engineer who developed and improved resistors used in computers, televisions, and the first implantable pacemaker. His invention saved countless of lives. And we also have Herman Branson, physicist who co-discovered the alpha helix protein structure, a breakthrough in molecular biology. He also conducted research in sickle cell anemia. All right, on to our Back to Roots segment. Today we spotlight the Akan religion, Abosom. The Akan people of Ghana and the Ivory Coast worship Abosom, deities connected to natural elements like rivers, forests, and fertility. At the center of their belief is Name, the supreme creator, with the Abosom serving as intermediaries between humans and the divine. Ancestor variation is vital in Akan tradition. Ancestors are seen as guardians who guide the living, offering wisdom and protection. Rituals often include libations, which is pouring water or drink to honor both the Abasam and the ancestors. This system teaches that the divine is not distant. It lives in rivers, trees, and the spirits of those who came before us. The Akan remember us that heritage is sacred and the past continues to shape the present. All right, fact or fiction? The Mothman of Point Pleasant. In the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, strange sightings began in 1966. Residents reported a winged creature with glowing red eyes, later called the Mothman. Over the next year, dozens claimed encounters describing fear, confusion, and the sense of doom. The legend took a tragic turn in December 15th, 1967, when the Silver Bridge collapsed, killing 46 people. Many linked the disasters to the Mothman, believing the creature was the harbinger of catastrophe. Skeptics argue that it was misidentified. It was this, skeptics argue it was a misidentified bird, like a landhill crane, but believers see it as proof of supernatural warnings. The story was immortalized on John Keel's The Mothman Prophecies and a Hollywood film. Today, Point Pleasant embraces the legend with a museum and annual festival showing how folklore can transform tragedy into cultural identity. So the facts of this story is residents of Point Place reported sightings between 1966 and 67, and the Silver Bridge did collapse, killing 46 people. So between the fiction and the legend, the Mothman itself is considered folklore or a cryptid legend with no scientific evidence. So this urban legend tied to real tragedy. See how people just take stuff out of context, and next thing you know, it's on social media all over the place and people are believing it. So you gotta really read between the lines. So I have on our words for what's the word segment today. I have two current topics. The first one, as of November 2025, Teresa Martin, the mother of Kanika Jenkins, y'all remember that case, is publicly speaking out again, claiming she was silenced and misled during the investigation of her daughter's death. So what is she saying now? Teresa Martin recently broke her silence, posting on Facebook that she was, quote, forced to never talk about my child again, end quote, after settling a wrongful death lawsuit related to Kanika's 2017 death in a hotel freezer. She alleges that she was tricked into accepting a $10 million settlement in 2023 and pressured to make statements she didn't fully understand. Martin claims she still doesn't know what happened to Kanika's personal belongings, including her clothes, shoes, her cell phone, and her hair. She says she was held in rooms for hours by authorities and forced to record a video under duress on one of her daughter's birthdays. Despite the autopsy ruling Kanika's death an accident due to hypothermia and intoxication, Martin continues to allege a cover-up and unanswered questions about how her daughter ended up in that freezer. So some community members and activists have expressed support for Martin's renewed push for answers, while others have criticized her timing and motives, suggesting financial reasons behind her decision to speak out now. So Martin insists that this is not about money, but about justice and truth for Kanika, stating, and I quote, "This isn't about a payout. This is about Kanika, about the truth that has never been fully told," end quote. So the case continues to raise concerns about hotel safety protocols, corporate accountability, and how grieving families are treated during investigations. Martin's story is now part of a larger conversation about institutional transparency and the emotional toll of unresolved trauma. So what do y'all think about that? A lot of people are saying that, she's just coming out now because she done ran out of money, and then others are just saying, she still wants to find out the truth about what happened to her daughter. So it's up in the air. We're going to hear things on both sides. So All right, the second topic is Emmett Till barn acquisition. We pause to honor history and truth. The Emmett Till Interpretive Center has announced the purchase of the Mississippi Delta barn where 14-year-old Emmett Till was tortured and killed in 1955. For decades, this barn stood as a hidden scar on American soil, an unmarked place of violence erased from public memory. But now it has been reclaimed as sacred ground. With the help of a $1.5 million donation from television producer, our spotlight of the week, Shonda Rhimes, the center secured the site and pledged to protect it with 24-hour surveillance, floodlights, and cameras. Their vision is clear. By the 75th anniversary of Till's death in 2030, the barn will reopen as a memorial, a place where the nation can confront its past and reflect on its future. Emmett Till's murder was a catalyst for civil rights movement. His mother, Mammy Till Mobley, insisted on an open casket funeral so the world could see what racial hatred had done to her child. That decision ignited a fire for justice that still burns today. The acquisition of this barn is more than a preservation, it's transformation. A site of brutality will become a site of truth, healing, and education. It reminds us that history cannot be buried and that memory is a form of resistance. As the center leaders said, and I quote, "This is sacred ground. We will not allow it to be forgotten," end quote. So when they say rise up Jamaica or rise up America, we are all calling on us to rise up against erasure, rise up for justice, and rise up for the generations who deserve to know the truth. All right, on to our tech tip of the day. Leverage extended reality beyond gaming. Explore VR platforms for virtual meetings, museum tours, or fitness classes. Use AR apps on your phone to overlay directions while walking or to visualize furniture in your home before you buy it. So, extended reality expands access to experiences without travel costs or time barriers. In everyday life, it can help you learn new skills, connect with colleagues globally, and even preview home improvements before you commit to them. Our finance tip of the day is diversify your investments. Spread your money across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, real estate, and index funds. Avoid putting all your money into one company or sector. Diversification reduces risk. If one market dips, the others may balance it out. In daily life, that means steadier growth and less stress when headlines stream about market crashes. All right, our fun fact of the day is that, like I mentioned earlier, Point Pleasant's Mothman has its own festival. The legend of the Mothman, a winged creature with glowing red eyes, began in West Virginia in 1966. And today, Point Pleasant still hosts an annual Mothman festival, drawing thousands of visitors with cryptid tours, museums, costumes, and folklore. Our fun holiday of the day, it is National Cake Day. So from chocolate to cheesecake, bunt to sponge, this holiday is all about indulging in cake. Mm. Bakers and foodies often share recipes online, making it a trending day for dessert inspiration. It's also known, it's also National Jukebox Day, celebrating music nostalgia, drinks giving, and pre-Thanksgiving social traditions. Jukebox Day. I ain't seen a jukebox in years. All right, our daily quote of the day, and I quote, "Courage is the most important of all virtues because without it, you can't practice any other virtue consistently," end quote. That came from Miss Maya Angelou. It calls to face challenges boldly, knowing that bravery unlocks our ability to live authentically. All right, on to our music and entertainment news. Today, Megan Thee Stallion's testimony. Megan Thee Stallion gave emotional testimony in her defamation trial against blogger Milagro Cooper, describing the toll of online harassment. Her words highlight the intersection of celebrity, misfortune, misinformation, and the fight for dignity in digital spaces, sparking conversations about protecting Black women in media. All right. She in the gossip as well. For her emotional testimony, Megan Stallion testified in her defamation case against blogger Cooper, revealing that she spent $250,000 on therapy after harassment and deep fake porn attacks. Her tearful words highlighted the toll of online abuse and sparked viral support for protecting Black women in digital spaces. Well, we send prayers to Megan Thee Stallion. All right, on to our celebrity birthdays today. We have quite a few. Um, we give recognition to one of the greats, Miss Tina Turner. Today is her birthday as well. She's a legendary singer and performer, known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. Rest in peace. We also have Garcelle Beauvais. She's 59 today. She's an actress, model, and TV personality famous for The Jamie Foxx Show and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We also have Maya Campbell, who's 49. She's an actress best known for her role in the House. We have rapper and member of the R&B group B2K, Lil Fizz, is 40. So he ain't too little no more. So next up, we have actor and model known for grownish and fashion campaigns, Luka Sabak is 28 today. We also have former NBA All-Star forward nicknamed Rain Man, Shawn Kemp is 56. Also, another NBA star, NBA guard known for his defensive skills, he played with the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. We have Avery Bradley, who's 35 today. We have renowned contemporary artists celebrated for her powerful silhouettes, exploring race, gender, and identity. Kara Walker is 56 today. And we also have, last but not least, rapper and songwriter recognized for socially conscious lyrics, Dizzy Wright is 35. Happy birthday, everyone. All right, on to our lifestyle segment. Our recipe today is old-fashioned mac and cheese. Layered macaroni and cheese with sharp cheddar cheese. And that golden crust. Ooh, I can't wait till tomorrow to eat. Pairing the beverage of ginger ale, which cuts through the richness. And, if you have, any stomach ailments after tomorrow eating all that food, drink your ginger ale. All right. In our men's health tip today, stay hydrated, men. Aim for 8 glasses of water every day. And don't forget, make your doctor's appointment. It's almost the end of the year. Get that physical in. Women's health tip today, prioritize sleep. Try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep because it supports your hormonal balance. I don't know who sleeps 7 to 9 hours a night. I wish I could, but I envy you, I tell you. All right, in relationship tips today for couples, share affirmations. Remind each other of being strong. In friendships, celebrate milestones together, the big ones and the small ones. Coworkers, offer help when deadlines loom. Offer a helping hand to your coworker. And in family, create a gratitude list together before Thanksgiving and read it aloud at the dinner table. All right, our household daily chore today is clean your oven. Prep for the holiday cooking. All right, our daily horoscopes are, as we always start with Aries, channel energy into fitness or movement. So exercise today, but don't waste energy on any arguments. Taurus, comfort foods bring joy. Indulge moderately. So do enjoy simple pleasures, but don't overindulge. And Gemini, social connections expand. Networking benefits your career. So do network actively, but don't overshare personal details. Cancer, home feels sacred. Prepare for the holiday gatherings. Do create a cozy space, but don't stress over perfection. Leo, creativity shines. Express yourself boldly. Do share your talents, but don't fear judgment. Mm, that one hit deep. Virgo, practice rules. Focus on efficiency. Do streamline your tasks for today, but don't micromanage. Nobody likes a micromanager. Libra, relationships deepen through honest dialogue. So do speak openly, but avoid emotional truths. Scorpio, transformation continues. Embrace change. So do accept growth, but don't resist new paths. Sagittarius, wanderlust grows. Plan future adventures. Do dream big, but don't ignore practical details. And Capricorn, persistence pays off in work projects. So do stay focused, but don't neglect rest. Aquarius, ideas spark breakthroughs. So do brainstorm frequently, but don't dismiss feedback. And finally, Pisces, spiritual reflection brings peace. So meditate or journal, but don't escape into fantasy. All right, on tomorrow's show, it's going to be Thanksgiving. It's going to be Throwback Thursday, Thanksgiving edition. So we're going to have Candid Yams in our lifestyle segment, Portion Control, Finance Wisdom, and Robin Givens and Jaleel White birthday shout outs, and just special spotlights on gratitude traditions. Right now, I'd like to spotlight our sponsors, Bello Burn Hot Sauce. Add some fire to your plate. And RAS Herbals, Heal Natural, Live Vibrant. And Clarion Candles, where peace meets scent. All righty, my special announcements this morning. We're still, excuse me, Lux Radio and Pathways to Promise are having a benefit con Rise Up Jamaica, which will be this Friday, November 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Lux Radio Network. The concert is free, and there'll be numerous performances and surprises. So make sure you tune in and watch. Also, watch for flyers and posts regarding the benefit concert on all platforms. Also, Lux Radio will be having a Christmas concert next month, well, December 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, also on Lux Radio Network. And that concert is also free. On December 5th, we have a new show on Lux Radio called Live and Learn with Gemini Goddess. I personally, Mel B, would be her first guest, where I tell my personal truth about trauma and abuse and how I survived. So tune into that on December 5th at 7 p.m. All right. Our Women in Business Wednesday showed us that glass ceilings aren't barriers, they're launch pads. So keep climbing and keep shining. Until tomorrow, my family, this is your girl, Mel B, saying stay fly, stay grounded, and don't let nobody dim your light. Period.